Another movie kind of released in 1981 was Evil Dead. And I say kind of because the story of its adventure to movie screens is a little unusual.
By car.
You don't see it today.
Well, it was less unusual then. Independent films, it was possible back then for a group of people to make a movie, throw it in the trunk of a car, and go driving looking for a local theater that would be willing to show it.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Distribution systems were different then. Some people still owned their own theaters. Not everything was a chain yet.
Yeah.
So you could just go to the guy that owned a movie theater and make an arrangement for him to show it one weekend in his town, and then try to pick up a distributor.
And there was no internet, so you couldn't do like kind of online marketing to hit a bunch of people all at once. You literally had to pound the pavement.
Right, that's how George Romero did Night of the Living Dead, and then that's what Sam Raimi really did with Evil Dead. He goes out, he shows it where it'll show, and then he just starts to build momentum. Shows up at Cannes the next year, and then eventually, finally, he gets a wide release.
Well, the best part about that is he had to get out of his car with the film and then do the elevator pitch of what that movie is, which is a bunch of people go to this cabin, and a guy has to cut his hand off, and the trees start grabbing girls' boobs.
Yeah, well,
and then the guy, somebody in the theater,
to be fair, that's a pretty easy pitch.
Yeah, come on,
I'm on board.
Bring your movie in.
Well, there is almost a degree of obscenity to this film. I mean,
absolutely.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's why it's funny. It's sort of
But
like
it's tongue-in-cheek obscenity, right?
Exactly. It's like filmmaking's best dirty joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is kind of funny. This is, certainly not the first one, but really taking that horror genre and mixing comedy and talk about some memorable lines in movies as well. Like so many great lines in Evil Dead, especially with, Groovy.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most memorable ones and most quoted from the entire series. But mixing that humor with the very demonic and scary horror, like you're saying, those vines didn't do good things.
No.
But it was.
They were
done in a tongue-in-cheek way as well.
It was almost slapstick.
Yeah.
But it was disgusting because it was like gory and there was blood erupting from the walls and stuff like that. But all the sound effects were like, ah, ha, 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 ha. It was like really goofy. So you didn't.
It's like the Aristocrats of movies.
Totally. And you would sit there and you'd like cringe, but also laugh, and it was just weird, awesome, uncomfortable feeling.
Well, those two emotions are very closely connected.
Yeah,
they really are. Laughter and terror are very close emotional responses, and Sam Raimi grasped that and just sort of wrapped it up in 90 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like a movie like Cabin in the Woods owes a lot to it in terms of striking that same balance of like. It's over the top. It's terrifying, but it's also incredibly funny, and it's finding that sort of.
Yeah, well, even the Shaun of the Dead guys too.
Yeah, totally,
right?
100%.
Peter Jackson, obviously very influenced by.
And Edgar Wright, same way. Yeah.
But and pretty much launched the career of Bruce Campbell too.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.